It's 2022. Woo.
Yay.
It's a new year. Dude, I'm sick.
You're sick?
Yeah. Can you hear my voice?
No, Sam. Oh, no. Wait a minute. My guy.
What?
You got the vid? Because last week you were talking about how your dad has the vid.
The vid?
The vid.
The video?
No, the vid. The beer flu.
The No, dude. This is what... I just feel like I'm full of stories lately.
What happened?
So, it's New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And my friend Jake and his girlfriend show up to my friend's house. By the way, it's 6 of us in total that are going to be here. So it's not like this big gathering. Like it's 6 of us. And it was just me and my friend Max. And then Jake and his girlfriend show up. And they show up with sniffles. They're going, "Hey guys."
Why would they show up?
And I was like, that's funny. And then they go, before you guys say anything, don't worry, we got COVID tested. It's not COVID.
But you're still sick, you assholes. It's clearly something.
Maybe it's just allergies, right?
Oh,
maybe it's just allergies. And like I was like hyper fixated on COVID because, everybody is.
And your dad has COVID right now, doesn't he? Or didn't he last week?
He's finally recovered. He's recovered now. Okay. So he's good, That's good. Makes me happy. Yeah. So yeah, then 2 days later, I wake up, I go, why do I feel like trash?
Oh, no.
And it's because they were sick. And then I texted him. I said, "This is a betrayal. You're dead to me." And he goes, "I thought COVID was the only rule."
Oh, my God. There were rules before COVID happened.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you remember when you were little and you had a fever and they sent you home from school?
This is when it hit me, like how... people are like, COVID's going to change everything, but like how it just totally has warped our perception as human beings as far as to what's acceptable. Because in the past, I mean, did we know that colds were transmissible in the past? Did we care? I don't know. All I know is that I got sick and I don't think it's COVID. I'm going to like double check and get tested like tomorrow, but finding a test is impossible. Anyway, welcome to Genius Bar.
Welcome
Apple
to Genius Bar, everybody.
We love Apple.
Dude.
Sorry for the search engine optimization, I had to say Apple in the first 4 minutes.
So, Sam, I gotta be honest. I have not looked at news. So,
what have you been doing? What have you been up to? How was your New Year?
The opposite of that. So, there's I briefly talked about it. There's a new ad deal with Front Page Tech, and things are like, I'm about to be at a point where there's no room for breaks, and so I'm like taking I took a tiny one. I'll be back like this week, but just took a tiny one to breathe because it's going to be. I mean, you know how booked we are with Genius Bar, and there's no room. We couldn't take a week off if we wanted to. And so I took a little breather. Had a little, was drinking a little bit of depresso. I texted Sam that. Took a couple of mental health days. Was drinking some depresso. You know how
you doing? You okay?
BetterHelp was a sponsor for this episode, so that's good. I got a call right after this. And so I took a little bit of a break, and I have not seen anything. Like I haven't paid attention to news. I wake up today. Apple's worth $3 trillion. Like it's a whole thing now.
Yeah.
So
do you think? I guess I'm technically
news now.
I'm part of that because I own Apple stock, so I'm part of that $3 trillion. I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means.
Does that mean I get the $3 trillion?
What? Yes, that's what that means. It's all personally. it's yours now. I wonder if like it hit $3 trillion and then you took your stock out, if it was just enough to go and just take them down just a little bit.
I don't think I own. No.
But what if they were just like $1 over, Sam, and you took your stock out and then they were back down?
Dang. Then somebody else would scoop that right up because they'd be like, I want to be the $3 trillion stockholder.
So they're not that anymore, right? It's down already.
I think it technically went down. I'm sure tomorrow it'll be back up. It's always funny when I just see everyone posting about it and I'm like, I don't care. Like the number doesn't mean anything to me. Like it's a company that I'm invested in and I'm just like, I don't know. What is it supposed to mean? Like, what can you take away other than big number?
Yeah, I saw Chance Miller. He had a funny tweet that was like, 1 billion was really cool, 2 billion was all right, but 3 billion, I'm mad.
Yeah.
Chance Miller from 9 to 5 Mac.
I love Chance. Yeah, it's just random. I see everybody posted about it. I was going to cover it on Apple Track, and then I'm like, wait, my whole philosophy is to like only cover the news that matters, that you should know about. And I feel like knowing that they're a $3 trillion company just doesn't
Does it
do
upset
anything.
you that they're worth $3 trillion now?
I mean, I think it's good for my like pocketbook because I'm a shareholder. So,
But does it upset you? Are you against like big tech?
I mean,
Because they are
I'm
the
like,
biggest. It's biggest tech right now.
man, we're already getting into controversial topics today.
I mean, after last week, dude, I'm surprised we were even allowed to show up this week, to be honest, after your behavior last week on the episode.
I'm surprised my PC isn't shut down. By the way, I want to mention this. You guys know it's been a running meme on the show that my internet will cut out and it gets real fuzzy, right?
Yes.
What if I say not no more in 22?
What if I don't believe you?
I have connected an Ethernet to my computer, but my Ethernet port is broken on the new PC I bought a few months ago. So I had to buy a US. I don't know. It doesn't. I tried. I had to buy a USB-C to Ethernet adapter, and then I have an Ethernet cord running around like basically what is the new studio. But
why?
Go ahead.
Okay. Why couldn't you just replace the Ethernet port in your computer? It's a PC. Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to know. I'd have to know how to do that though.
Okay, so now it's a USB. What if the USB like adapter is terrible and it still cuts out?
I mean, we'll see how it goes for the show, but I'm feeling pretty good. I did a speed test for like 300 up and down. Yeah, no, I think it's actually better. So
also, there's less. If I feel like there's less delay between our voices.
That would make sense because I'm wired in.
So,
bro, I'm wired in.
I'm wired in. So what a lot of people don't know, because there's been times where there's like a few comments here and there where the people are like saying that we're talking over each other or like we're not letting the guest talk. A lot of it is because of that, because there's a little bit of a delay when we're recording, and so we're not actually timed up perfectly. So if I start talking over somebody, it's because on my end they haven't said anything for like a few milliseconds.
And that's what sucks about being abroad and digital. And like it would be so much better if we were in person because, like you said, there's that delay. And even though it's a small delay, I mean, I think Genius Bar, like obviously it's our own podcast, but I feel like we do one of the best over the air shows or like not in person shows as far as our quality and like our video.
I would say.
Because a lot of people just do like Zoom and it looks really, really bad.
And it sounds really bad. We do not sound, I think we're one of the best sounding podcasts and I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
John does a great job editing the audio. But yeah, I mean, I'm wired in. I'm feeling good. 2022, it's a new year, new me, new Ethernet, new internet. No, not new internet, but same internet.
So I did read one piece of news, and I want to know if you're upset, Sam. I read that there's going to be a new external monitor, Pro Display XDR, like a second gen, I guess, and it's going to be half the price. And you just paid full price for the one behind you. Are you upset?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think they're going to come out with a $3,000 identical version of the Pro Display XDR. I think it's going to be like a 27-inch 6K monitor or something, or 5K monitor. I don't think that they're going to release a new version and make it $3,000 cheaper, would they?
Well, it's been like a couple years since the XDR came out, right?
It's been 2.5 years.
Maybe it's just cheaper to make now.
I guess it's possible.
Or maybe they just don't. They hit $3 trillion. They don't need the extra money anymore. They just like fucking put it out for $3K.
Know who does need the extra money though?
Who?
Us. Thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. We love you, BetterHelp.
Oh God, I completely didn't see that happening. Usually I catch your segues, but I got caught off guard by that.
Usually whenever I go, this is like the candor. Usually that's like
that's how you know it's coming. Okay. You know who does need the money? Us.
We do. Hey, BetterHelp. Hey, John, are the New Year's depressing for you?
Oh yes, drinking a lot of Depresso. A good hot steamy cup of Depresso.
Dude, this podcast is spotted.
Is spotted?
Restart. Hey, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. This is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. We talk about BetterHelp a lot on the show, and this month we're discussing some of the stigmas around mental health. Oh, that's cool. This is in the read.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. So people think that you're crazy if you need therapy. No, not true. I go to therapy every week, and I'm not. Well, I guess I could be crazy, but like,
yeah, everybody's a little crazy. That's how I see it.
But like, you got to get to the point where you're like, well, maybe I just need help. That's where I was. That's where I still am. I'm looking forward to therapy on Friday. I have therapy on Friday. Big fan. Mental health also shouldn't be a normal part of life. Why do we treat our heads differently than a scab? Or
No
a cold?
idea.
We get a cold,
idea.
we tell everybody.
Yeah.
We're depressed or anxious all the time. We don't say a word to anybody.
Nope. It's it really is sad. I mean, you and Sam, you and I tell each other, but it's not like I told anyone else. I just dip out of everyone else's life and I don't tell them. But another issue is that people usually wait till like their breaking point before they ask for help. They usually wait till like things are completely unbearable before they reach out or they try a service like betterhelp.com/genius. They usually wait. And by that point, like I always talk about hurdles. Like part of my problem battling anything mental health wise is the hurdle of saying something in the first place. And things are much easier to deal with if I just get out of my own way. And the first part of any of my problems is just me getting in my own way and creating that hurdle for myself. And when things are unbearable, then you leave that whole hurdle where like half of the battle is just to say something. And so if you don't wait till the last minute, if you don't wait till things are unbearable, you can get ahead of things way easier that way.
Yeah. So, hey, BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, photo, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. Much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. You guys can give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and you guys get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/geniusbar. Oh, I think they gave us a new URL for 2022.
Oh, did they?
betterhelp.com/geniusbar.
Genius bar. Okay. Well, we'll fix it.
That's what it say. Okay, betterhelp.com/geniusbar. You guys get 10% off your first month.
That's HELP.com/geniusbar.
Thank you, John. All right, guys, we love you.
Thank you, BetterHelp. Yay. Bro, I had a moment.
Just now?
Yeah, just now. You were killing that read, and I was so proud. I was like, oh, man, because I was reading it along with you, and I was like, wow, he just killed that. That was a perfect read, man. At the end.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get back to controversy. So big tech, should they be regulated?
No.
Should they be broken up?
No.
I think maybe.
Of course you would.
What do you mean, of course I would?
Sammy the lefty over here. Go ahead. Tell us why they need to be broken up.
Because, this also falls in line with like the Epic Games stuff, which, by the way, did you see that Apple got an extension on having to implement the changes? We've been talking about this, but basically there's supposed to be a change where Apple would allow third-party payment methods through App Store apps, and it got delayed. So
good.
That'll be a while. I actually really want that because I can just get better prices if developers aren't having to pay Apple 30% or 15%.
But
you don't want third-party payment processing even?
I don't want that.
I'm asking.
It's not that I don't want it. I wouldn't be against it. That'd be fine. I win as a consumer either way. I just don't think that it should be forced upon them. I heavily don't believe in that.
Got you.
Yeah. I don't believe that someone should be able to come to your work and slap the dick out of your mouth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think
does that happen with
yeah, it happens with me all the time. I think that I've talked about this 1,000 times. They built the company, they built the house, people pay rent, that's it. If you don't want to pay rent, build a different house.
What if the house gets too big though and it's like the only house?
Congratulations, they fucking made a house that got too big.
Yeah, but what if it starts being bad for the people that have to use the house because that's the only option?
If it's so bad, then there will be other houses. That's how the free market works. If it's so bad and so nasty, then someone will build another house with a different motive, a different narrative, and then the people, if they decide that that's better, they'll move to that house. And then Apple will suffer the consequences for their decisions.
I will say I think that works in a lot of markets, but I don't think it works for tech because there hasn't been, there are two mobile operating systems. There's iPhone and Android. Mm-hmm. And it's like you can go to Android, but Android is also owned by a big tech company. Like it's almost to the point where it is impossible to compete. Like I don't see a path to any company creating an iPhone or Pixel or Samsung killer. Mm-hmm. Like I guess OnePlus kind of did that a few years ago, but that was still Android.
Well, we said that about YouTube as well, owned by Google. And now TikTok is gaining more watch time than YouTube gets. It's very interesting. But to be fair, TikTok is owned by ByteDance, I think, who is also massive in China. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be a small company making a small thing. It could be another big company, but it doesn't mean that we'll never have another platform. I think I think that to the consumers on the front-facing side of things, Apple is not fucking up the way the government says they are.
I would agree with that. Like, I don't think there's any broad scale harm happening with Apple to the point where like they need to be regulated in certain ways at this moment, aside from their cut. Like, I do think that their cut on every purchase on an iPhone app is kind of insane.
Well, how do you think they're getting to $3 trillion? $3 trillion.
$3 trillion. I mean, maybe that's part of it, but it does.
Okay, so do you think that like when they started out, that 30% cut was more fair? But now that they're larger and they don't necessarily need that 30%, now it's like it's asking too much and things should be adjusted?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it should be scaled. And they've started to do this slowly where, you know, some developers are getting 15% now. I think it's up to $1 million of revenue, which is like better, right? It's better.
Yeah.
And again, it should be a sliding scale. Like even on YouTube as an example, like I wish that our revenue cut as we made them more money would also scale with us, like as an incentive to keep staying with them and not going into Patreon or another paywalled platform. But it doesn't. We have the same cut from day one that we start on YouTube, and it stays the same. And
well,
you know,
I mean, have you noticed?
I wish there was a way to make it better.
I think Patreon just now implemented their own video streaming, because before, if you signed up for Patreon or whatever, you got the paywall stuff. But you couldn't host your videos there. You still had to host your video as an unlisted video on YouTube or use Vimeo or something. That is part of the huge cost for Google, is just hosting the content. I mean, you and I know before we signed up and before Audio Boom hosted our show, I was paying like hundreds a year just to host Genius Bar, just to host an audio thing.
Yeah,
it's like hosting.
Expensive.
So YouTube is not only giving you a cut of the advertising, but I mean they're also hosting your videos. And they host videos for everyone for free. Like, people can upload hours and hours of absolute dog shit, and they would be like, okay, fine.
Do you think there'll ever be a day when YouTube starts charging like for normal, like if you're not like a creator with so many subscribers, that they'd be like, hey, like John over here has to pay $5 a year to upload videos?
That would be tough now. I feel like we're too far gone for that. Maybe when it first started. Yeah. But like they didn't even charge when you did that. Like Vimeo does that to an extent. They charge for packages or how much bandwidth you're using, or like that's crazy. Not even just to host the video, but for a lot of people to view it at scale costs a ton of money. Bandwidth costs money. And so take 45%. I don't give a shit. What do they take? Is it 45?
I think so. It's
like not only did they build the thing and allow us to host for free, but then they also gave us a cut of the advertising revenue. And I make a living from that. That's amazing. If I had to make my own video hosting website, it'd be so expensive. I would make less money that way and get less traffic, less discoverability. Like they built the house. I'm renting from the house. That's fine. I'll give you 45. That's fine.
Okay. Fair. Is there any house that you think you'd ever want to be regulated one day? Can you think of any example?
No, I think. See, it's tough. Like I have major problems with Twitter silencing people, or in Facebook, like picking and choosing what's allowed on the platform and what's not. But I still can't confidently say that I would want that regulated, because the same thing I would say for Apple. And they built the house, and I don't think anyone should be able to come in and change the rules for them. I think and there are other free speech, quote unquote, free speech platforms that pop up, social media networks that are like, we won't take your post down. We won't suspend you. A good try. I'd like more of those. Competition is good. But if I'm going to say that I don't think anyone should step in and change Apple's business or force them, like literally hold a gun to their head and change the business, I can't also in the same breath be like, yeah, Twitter should be regulated. It's those companies can make the decisions whether I like them or not. I think that's part of the game.
I appreciate you being consistent, because I feel like a lot of people play it both ways. They're like, Twitter is doing this bad thing, so regulate them, but then other companies are like, don't touch. Which is like, I appreciate you being consistent. Like, I respect that viewpoint of at least being straight across the board, because I feel like for me it is actually subjective based on the technology company. Like, I don't see as much an issue with like the social media companies as with, Apple taking a cut that could potentially be too big. And I don't think I'm necessarily asking for like the government to step in in every case all the time. I do think there is inherent value in the pressure of that. Like I think regulatory pressure at the very least is helpful, because sometimes companies will never change it. Like if there's no pressure, it's sort of the principle of competition. If there's no pressure from anywhere, you're not going to change the product. But even if Apple's just hearing this, or the EU is saying these things, you know, I mean, of course, I was as far as like I want the government to step in and make Apple put a USB-C port on the iPhone if that's what it would take, just because I want it so bad. And also, like, Lightning is just horrible. Like Lightning is just a bad port. It's never been a great port. It's always been mid. And it, like, the data transfer is horrible. We have ProRes files that we can't transfer.
But I mean,
quickly.
if it was your business and you were making a shit ton of money from that accessory, selling accessories, selling the dongles, whatever, owning the licensing for other companies to use the Lightning connector, would it be fair for a government to come in and be like, actually, no, you don't get to make money that way. You use USB-C.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, does it work for the consumer? Yes, but the consumer, it's their company. That's the issue. That's the issue I have.
And that's I think where we are different, because I think a company, whether financials are part of it or not, should always do what's best for the consumer, no matter what. Even if the company isn't making as much money on something.
I think it's a balance, though. Like, I think there's areas of things within Apple that exist just to make money, and areas of Apple that is, you know, just like now more than ever, I feel like they're listening to the consumer and giving us what we want. Like, even simple things like taking the touch bar away, giving us the ports back on the MacBook Pro. Yeah. Like, there's that stuff that is obviously, like, they have listened, they accept that they were wrong in some instance, and they've fixed the problems. And then there's the stubborn stuff like Lightning connectors that they're still going to make bank from.
Yeah, no, that was the thesis of my video a couple weeks ago, where I was just talking about how Apple is becoming more friendly, and with the iPhone repair program, which I'm very excited for, by the way. I want them to announce more things. It's 2022, so I hope we hear soon about being able to order replacement parts and manuals and the tools. Like, I'm very excited. I have right here a cracked iPhone 12 Pro. I don't know if you guys can see it.
What happened?
But it's the corner of the screen. You can't really see it.
Is that your old one?
Yeah, this is my old 12 Pro, which, by the way, like, I kind of miss the blue.
I saw mine the other day and was like, took that color for granted at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. We were kind of hating on it, but now I'm like,
it's a nice color. I think it's better than Sierra Blue, to be honest.
Yeah, no, Sierra Blue I've never been a fan of. But yeah, this is cracked. So I'm excited to make content about, like, I've never repaired anything in my life, and I'm very excited.
So good.
I know. I have my
so
silver.
Nice.
I'm excited to make content about the repair program.
Are you?
Yeah.
When's it?
I want to see how good it is.
Do we have a date on the launch yet? Dude, I'm so far away from any news. It's ridiculous.
I think they just said early 2022, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, dude, I totally forgot CES is happening right now.
John, should people be going to CES? Should people be going? Have you seen this in the tech community?
Yeah, I've seen so many. Dude, the CES arguments are quite. I mean, there's something. Like the negative people, and then the people are like, "You're just being negative to be negative, man. Cheer up, it's a happy time." Like,
I didn't know it was such a split in the community until I've seen Twitter in the past couple of weeks.
So there used to be a period of Front Page Tech where, like, this was the busiest week. Like, I would cover everything CES. Well, I was young and stupid, and this was before I realized, none of the stuff at CES matters. That's the fun part. It's just like, it's a circus there. Nothing matters. It's all make-believe. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, I got close to going in 2017. But then I didn't, because I was like, it was just like, I want to be part of the tech community. And then that was also at the time when I had professors in my ears at college being like, diversifying content for bigger audience is always good. Like, you should cover all technology instead of just one. Like, they were sort of they were literally applying
that was
the
a thing
broadcast
that they
approach.
did?
I mean, just like, it wasn't part of the curriculum, but like,
because that's not how YouTube works.
No, because it was literally a broadcast degree. So they were applying the broadcast approach of general technology, which, is all that they knew. So I can't blame them. It was really just one professor in particular. But,
you want to name drop him and shame him?
No, I think she got fired. She
Good
was
job,
real bad.
Frank.
Angie was not.
Angie.
I want to say, I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it there. She was not
Angie was incorrect.
Professor. Yeah.
No, I think so. It was last year or maybe the year before. It was right before. Was it 2020 where CES was shut down completely?
Yeah. No. 2021 was shut down. It was all digital. 2020 was right before the pandemic, and everybody's like, "Is this ground zero?"
Oh, okay. Well, I think it was 2021. So in 2020, I had been invited to host CES, like some fucking thing, like on stage.
What?
Something? Yeah. Anyway,
dude.
Yeah, they were gonna like pay $10,000. It was gonna be this whole thing, and then I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. But then, like, COVID was real bad, and I was like, I don't think I should go, and it was just a really bad idea. This was before they officially shut it down, and I was just like, I think it's fair to say I was scared. Like, it feels so reckless to have these massive events when like people can say whatever they want about COVID, but 2 people in Karina's family since I've been here have died from COVID. 2 young people. One, her cousin was as young as me. No other health issues, nothing. He got the first shot of the vaccine, and in between the first and the second one, he got sick and died. Like within 2 weeks. And so like it just seems like such a bad idea to go to CES where no one takes care of themselves, no one cleans themselves. I mean, the people the bathrooms are disgusting. Every public place is filled with sticky people, and these are a bunch of nerds that haven't even washed the Dorito dust off their fingers, let alone the fucking COVID. And they're at this one giant event. No, I am not going. And then of course it got shut down.
Yeah. I mean, this year that's been the debate is like, this is reckless for them to do that.
Think?
And I mean, I think what is my angle here? I don't have an interest in going myself.
Which is why we're not there.
No COVID. I take that back. If COVID wasn't a thing and a bunch of my friends on YouTube were going, I would probably go just to hang out and maybe walk around and see it. But like, I have no professional interest or monetary gain from going to CES. Like, it just wouldn't do anything for me. I just don't care. So from my point of view, I'm already like, what's the point? Yeah, there's a pandemic. Why would you guys do a big gathering? I also understand that I think there's people that make a lot of money, like not for the sake of making money, but like make a significant portion of their yearly revenue off of this event.
I see.
And I think those are the people that's like, this is a good thing.
And there's so many people that are like spitting the narrative like, hey, don't live in fear. It's time that we just do this stuff and we can't always be scared. Bro, it's not about being scared. It's about not being dumb. Like, what? Yeah. I don't understand. I think people are just upset and they're fed up of having to stay home and not go anywhere and they just want to get back to normal. But just because you're a human that wants to do human things and you feel caged up and you want things to be back to normal does not mean things are back to normal yet. And
no,
it
especially
just seems,
now.
Yeah, it just seems
Omicron,
like
if this was 3 months ago, I think it's a different story. But Omicron is literally like everywhere. Everywhere.
I feel like there were so many mistakes made, like within the government, it's just all bad. It's just all bad, and we as humans already fucked up. So like we can't be like now we can't be pitching. Oh, don't live in fear. Don't do that, dude. When this thing first started, and everyone was like, you got to stay inside. Or I was watching. I know people don't like him anymore, but Louis C.K.'s special came out, and he was talking about how like, or was it? It was either him or Jim Gaffigan. I can't remember. I was watching a stand-up special because that's what you do when you're drinking Depresso, and someone was mentioning like, they told us very early on, don't go outside or millions will die. And we went, I won't go a lot of places, just sometimes. And I'm not going to hang out with a lot of people other than these 5 people. Like, we made our own rules and millions of people died. And it's just like, and now we're just like, oh, I don't like this anymore. Bro, we've been stupid from the beginning. And we're just, I feel like all these consequences are our own. Like from the government fucking it up to regular people like us fucking it up, and now we don't deserve to be fed up and be like, no, don't live in fear. We're the ones that fucked it up.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
I was thinking
and
about
also
that.
I wouldn't go to CES anyway.
Yeah,
even if everyone was healthy, fuck that place, man.
I think there's been a lot of people. When's the last time you've been to CES? Was it 2019?
No, dude, it was like 2014 or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, I don't fucking like CES. It's terrible. And people, I'd be positive, man. No, CES sucks.
I used to love it. Like, I used to look forward to it. I always loved like the Verge's coverage and their like 100 videos that they would post.
Dude, I used to think that was it. Like when Front Page Tech started, I was like, man, if I could be at Front Page Tech, if I could be at CES and get like hands-on coverage there, I would get 1 billion subscribers.
Yeah, same. That's also what I thought.
Stupid.
And then it was like, wait, people don't care about Z Tech Company.
Yeah. Oh, this TV unfolds into a blanket? Cool.
Yeah.
By the way, it was last Gadget Standing was what I was supposed to host at CES last year. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Don't know. It's some sort of game. It's exactly what it sounds like. And it was a stupid idea.
Yeah, it's a CES tradition, it looks like.
I like how everyone like pulled out, all these companies pulled out, and they're still doing CES. They're shutting it down a day early, so that's cool, I guess. Wow, they solved COVID.
It just seems like I have a feeling what happened is that there were probably some deposits that were non-refundable.
Probably.
And they were like, dude, we already have been bleeding for 2 years. Like, we just got to send it or we're going to go.
If you think about it, you and I were pretty close to that same scenario too because of COVID.
Bleeding out?
No, you and I were close to having putting a deposit down on something and then having to do it anyway, whether COVID was real or not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing.
We almost got CES'd.
I've been thinking about a lot.
Uh-huh.
And I just can't even think about it because of COVID.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, every plan I have is just going to be like a waste of time because like, yeah, it's just
things are unpredictable right now.
Yeah. And because like last time we were going to do it, this is with Delta, like people involved. Yeah. We're like, fair. Like, you know, that's not like I get it. It's just like, how do you plan something right now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the answer is.
But waiting. Time is the only thing that's going to tell what the fuck we're going to do with this. Till then, I will stay inside, like I always do.
Dude, thank God for services like HelloFresh.
I know,
dude.
Aren't they great?
Dude, the world is destroyed. Just order your food. Thank you, HelloFresh. We love you,
bro. I'm so excited because I'm getting my HelloFresh order. Tomorrow, I think, is when my order comes in. I had it paused. So like when you have HelloFresh, you can pause any week your delivery for the week. And people, if you listen and watch the show, you know that I have HelloFresh for real. I am a subscriber. And I had it paused for like the last couple of weeks because of Christmas and Christmas food and all this other stuff. And so you don't need HelloFresh because then it all builds up in the fridge. And I'm so excited to get back to normal and eat my HelloFresh. My delivery's coming tomorrow. It's going to be swell. They've given me free gifts because I'm on my like 30th box from them. And so they give you free stuff.
Dude.
Yeah.
We were Genius 14 before, right?
Yeah. Did they change that too?
Dog, we are Genius 16.
Holy. Okay. We're Genius 16 now. All right.
You can go to HelloFresh.com. As you guys know, it's an amazing meal service that gives you just the right portions. They can be even cheaper than a restaurant with the same quality, if not better. I would actually argue it's better.
It's better.
In most cases. In every case I've had. It's delicious food. It's instructions, easy to cook. Like, I'm somebody that struggles cooking. It's so hard for me. This actually allows me to create a meal that isn't a hot dog. And it just feels really good to be able to tell people that, like, I made a meal that isn't a hot dog. You guys get 16 free meals and 3 free gifts when you go to HelloFresh.com/Genius16, dude.
How many free gifts?
3.
That's a lot. HelloFresh.com/Genius16. When I got my subscription, I think our promo code was like Genius12. So they keep upping it for everyone. Hey, what the hell? I've been doing this I'm on my 30th week with 30 boxes or something. How come I only got 12 free meals? And everyone else that's watching and listening gets 16. That is a deal. And that's real.
That's so good.
They will actually give you 16. Because when I signed up, I did. I got my 12 free meals. Except now it's 16 and I'm upset.
Wow, that's amazing, guys. HelloFresh, I mean, listen, what else can we say? We love this. They renewed for so much of the year. Like,
also, can I say something about HelloFresh?
Yeah.
There's something with their vegetables, Sam.
They are really good.
They're you can buy groceries, you can get vegetables, whatever they call fresh vegetables at any store around you. They will not taste the way they do with HelloFresh, and I don't know what their secret is. I don't know if it's drugs. I don't know if it's cocaine in the vegetables, but it's delicious. They're completely on a whole other level of vegetable.
I think it's just love. They just put love in the vegetables.
When I eat their vegetables, it tastes so fresh. It feels like I just put my face in the ground and ripped it out of the ground myself. And ate it.
I agree. Like, I didn't think about that until you said it, and now I'm like, yeah, checks out.
Vegetables from HelloFresh do not taste like vegetables from anywhere else.
HelloFresh.com/genius16. Get your 16 free meals and your 3 free gifts.
Thank you, HelloFresh, for supporting this episode of the Genius Bar. Here's a song. Thank you so much. Okay, have a good day.
Have a good one.
Have a good day, HelloFresh.
Yeah, so CES is a disaster. COVID's ruining the world. We talked a lot about the Kavifi this episode. What else is happening in the world? There's been some news, actually. Like, I know you probably haven't been paying attention, but they've released a bunch of special edition products lately.
Like what?
Which is kind of cool. They have a special AirTag for Japan.
Oh, wow.
That you're not a fan?
Special AirTag for... Didn't that happen last year? Like, you got it from... Am I allowed to say who you got it from?
Just somebody over in China.
You got it from somebody over in China, and you gave it away?
Yeah. So they released a couple new things. To this.
Okay.
Here, look at this. This is the new AirTag. Look at that little tiger. Is that not the cutest little tiger, dude?
That's so adorable.
I love that little tiger. He's the best.
Yeah. Anything cool like that here.
I know. Well, we had the Black Unity Apple Watch and Watch Band.
Oh, yeah. I guess so, yeah.
So we had this, and then they also dropped these, which are the Beats. These are so cool, dude.
That is spicy.
So yeah, just to show you, like, Beats apparently has a lot more creative freedom because this is out right now for the Chinese New Year. Apple also dropped a new pair of AirPods Pro. These are the AirPods Pro, dog.
Oh, that's cool, but not as cool as the Beats.
But where's my design?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
Also, it's just bro. Or is anyone? I mean, probably people forgot by now, but the lossless thing I leaked.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, dude.
No one fucking believed me.
We broke it on the story. We broke it on the podcast.
We said, "Oh yeah, we did on the podcast," and no one fucking believed it. And now it's floating out in the ether. Like 8 months later from Kuo Ming-Chi, sorry.
Look at this. Kuo Ming-Chi back with a really interesting report about AirPods Pro 2. I don't know if you guys are excited for these. I think this is probably one of the Apple products that, like, most of my subscribers are looking forward to buying because I feel like AirPods Pro is just
people with not baby ears.
Yeah. People are excited for the AirPods Pro.
Oh, by the way, Matrix Resurrections, I saw the ad on Apple Track right there below the article. Fucking horseshit.
You didn't like it?
Terrible movie.
Oh, I liked it. Okay.
Terrible.
Well, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Should have never been made. Why mess with it? Just leave it alone. They could have just not made it.
Dude.
But they did, and they made it worse.
They didn't make it worse. I enjoyed the movie. No. Thank you, Wachowskis. Here we go. So, new design. Have you seen that the charging case is going to be freaking like this?
Oh, that's real? That ended up being real?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we don't know 100%, but Kuo, months after Mac Rumors shared this image, described a charging case that will be audible. So it's like, see, that's a pretty safe bet. And there's a little cutout over here, I guess, for like a holder or a strap.
Yeah, lanyard probably.
Really interesting. This kind of looks like a third party thing, but
yeah, it looks pretty fucking ugly. Can we admit that?
Yeah. And then, apparently the buds based off of these images are going to be the same, even though Kuo says they're going to be redesigned.
Well, what didn't Gurman say no stems?
Gurman said no stems, but he said it might not make it in time for this launch. I have a feeling that it's not going to be stemless, even though Kuo said it. I think this is the next gen is going to be stemless.
That's fine.
But the big scoop, lossless audio.
Bro, we tried to tell them on the podcast. Everyone was like, "Oh, that's not fair." You know what was it that got lossless? HomePods got lossless.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I had a tweet where I was like, wait for it. And there was like, no, they can't do that. They can't do that with AirPods.
Look at this from the podcast many months ago. We even have the clip right here. Here, let me play it for the people, John.
Okay. Let's just say, hypothetically, that in a few months or so, Apple has a new native way to connect to AirPods, a new codec that works over AirPlay or something.
One sec. Why do we look younger here?
We were, Sam. We've been stressed out. Okay. The podcast is stressful. The news is stressful. We got to report to all these companies that are sponsoring the show. We're old and gray now, Sam.
This is crazy. This is like 7 months ago. We look like children.
And now all of your other wireless headphones won't work with the lossless audio, but your AirPods will, because as long as you have an iPhone and AirPods and you're in that ecosystem, you'll be using a different codec connecting wirelessly through AirPlay or something that would enable lossless audio for you on your regular AirPods. That's something that you had a choice. You could use other headphones, but now AirPods are using this other codec and you can listen to Apple Music lossless audio. That's pretty cool, huh, Sam?
Yeah, you said that. This is from, when's the date? May 18th.
Huh. Would you look at that? And now, hey, that's kind of cool because, yeah, we did say that first on the Genius Bar. So that's cool that the Genius Bar leaks are coming true.
Yeah, that feels good, dude. Like, that was fun.
You know what I'm starting to realize, though, and I'm adjusting my timelines for everything now that I'm learning how far in advance a lot of my sources are.
Mm-hmm.
I can adjust my timelines much better. So now instead of like, hey, this is the Square Apple Watch, it's definitely coming out this year. Now I can be like, oh, it's probably not this year. It's probably later on. Just kind of like how this, I said many months from now, and here we are, many months from then, where, you know, Kohl is now saying it's from other sources saying that that they'll have lossless, which was a thing that nobody believed because they're like, how could you have lossless wirelessly like that? Oh, it feels very nice. But also, Kuoming-Chi also did say at one point that the watch was going to be square, and that did not happen. So,
have you heard anything about AirPods Max 2?
Not a single word. No.
Because Gurman, a few months ago, said that it was never going to happen. He said there's never going to be a second gen of AirPods Max.
Oh, really? Very interesting. I have not heard anything about them. Did you hear something?
You know, just little rumblings, just from a little birdie.
Wait, what'd you hear? You can't leave us hanging like that.
No, I heard that they might not be done.
They might not be done. You heard it here first on Genius Bar. That'll be another clip that we play for months from now.
Let's just say hypothetically that would be the case.
Okay.
Like, it wouldn't make sense for Apple to do AirPods Max as a one-off product. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think it'd be very weird.
And have you noticed how popular they're getting? I'm starting to see the Maxes everywhere now.
Especially after Christmas.
At first, super slow. I'm seeing a ton of influencers wear them around now. It's like a status thing. Which we did. I mean, these have been out for a year. And of course, like all AirPods releases, it takes a year before people are like, oh, okay.
Well,
it's
also,
like, this has been out
remember, they didn't announce these at some big event. There was no big press thing. It was just a December press release. I
think that was a mistake.
Well, I think it was a mistake too, but they also didn't do that on purpose. It was supposed to be at the November event, and it didn't make it. Like, they had production issues, and so it had to be, and they had to roll it out before the end of the year, before the quarter ended.
See, if I was them, like, the design had to be done, right? Yeah, if it was.
No, I mean, there were features that didn't make it. Like, you were supposed to be able to touch the little dial on them was not supposed to be there. It was like, you were supposed to be able to touch.
Pads. Yeah.
And that didn't work. And there were issues with the headband. Like, it was too tight for a lot of users. And at least in testing.
Yeah. Well, they're big, and
like, if you look at the leak that I put out, they are not. They ended up looking slightly different. Like, you were supposed to be able to touch the ear cups. I think even Gurman put out a report because I had tweeted that they were delayed, and then like a couple months later, Gurman said that they were delayed and there were issues with the headband and some features wouldn't be making it. And we finally get them, and there's a bunch of stuff that didn't happen with them.
I'm very excited. I don't think that they're going to come out for a long time.
Mhm.
Like I think me saying this at the beginning of 22, I doubt that we see AirPods Maxes in 2022. But like maybe down the road, it doesn't make sense for Apple to do a one-off.
Done.
Yeah, there's no way. So that's why I'm like a little birdie, but just think about it like rationally. There's no way. Yeah, they're not going to do a one-off. And what about that sport version? Weren't we supposed to get like a sport pair of AirPods?
A cheaper version of them. Oh no!
So
what if AirPods Max were a one-off and the only over-ear headphones are going to be like those sportier models?
I think they're going to keep doing a high end too.
You think so? I would hope so.
I think so. I hope so.
I hope
maybe they'll do both.
I hope they're not gone forever. So that's that. Lossless audio coming to AirPods. What else do we have? Oh, Gurman said the iPhone 14 is not going to have a notch. Redesigned MacBook Air with M2 chip. And is in the Power On newsletter.
And the big news that the Mac's going to be completed transition-wise by June.
Is that
no more Intel?
Is that just a little bit over schedule?
I think it's exactly on schedule.
Oh, really?
Technically, because they announced the 2-year transition at WWDC 2020.
Oh, yeah. You're right. So that would be exactly on schedule, wouldn't it?
Then we were like, well, technically it would be the 2-year transition complete in November because that's when the M1s came out. But I think, and what Gurman said is he's like, I'm pretty sure they're just going to announce the Mac Pro and some stuff at Dub. And then, the Mac Pro won't ship until probably November, December.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did in 2019.
Well, so the chip shortage is supposed to last. Oh my God, it's 2022 now. I was going to say into next year, but it is next year now. Ugh. Yeah, the chip shortage is still going to be happening this year, so I feel like we're going to have another like a bunch of fucky releases, not just from Apple, but from a lot of people, where things aren't ready and they'll be announced, but then delayed, and the chip shortage is no joke.
No, it's not. I think that's why I haven't been able to get my car either. Like my car has been. I ordered my car in September, dude.
Or is that just because Tesla?
I don't know. I think it's also because of the chip shortage. Like I think, and maybe battery shortages too. But yeah, I really, I just want my car, dude.
You know what? If you do have a shortage, might be a shortage of life.
I don't want a shortage of life.
And if you have a shortage of life, you need life insurance. Did you know?
I mean, yeah. I don't like to think about this kind of thing, man.
But I do. I think you should think about it. It's the best. Listen, again, you don't wait till shit is hitting the fan. You got to do it now.
You're right.
And people rely on you, Sam. All your kids, all 8 of your kids. If something happens to you, Sam, what are they supposed to do? They're kids.
This is my son.
Are your 8 kids supposed to pay for your funeral?
No.
Are they supposed to pay for your bills? What are they going to do? They're kids, bro. They have nothing. What are they supposed to survive on? Cereal for the rest of their life?
Cam Crunch is pretty nutritious.
Listen, man, you need life insurance. And I would suggest you do. It's very simple. Listen, I can present you with something. I suggest.
Okay.
Because it's intimidating. I think you should just go to policygenius.com. Everything that you need, everything that you're worried about is taken care of for you in one place. You go to Policy Genius. They can compare all the quotes for you. They can save you a bunch of money, up to 50% or more on average, which is a lot, by the way. They're licensed experts, okay? They will help you understand your options. They'll help you apply for a policy. The Policy Genius team works for you, Sam, not the insurance companies. It's very important for you to know that. You can trust them.
That's good.
They offer unbiased help. And they advocate for you at every step. It's very, very simple.
They have a great website. I like their website a lot. It's very pretty. I'm looking at it.
They don't sell your party or they don't sell your party. They don't sell your info to third parties, which is also something to look for in a Policy Genius. Policy Genius has thousands of 5-star reviews across Google and Trustpilot. And since 2014, Policy Genius has helped over 30 million, that's a lot, 30 million people shop for insurance and placed $120 billion with a B dollars in coverage. And all you have to do is go to policygenius.com to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save and help your 8 kids.
Policy Genius. We love you guys.
Thank you for supporting the show, and thank you for taking care of Sam's kids. Okay, no one tells you enough that we appreciate you, Policy Genius. But he has 8 kids. The man has 8 kids. He needs help.
That's one of them. He needs.
Thank you for supporting the show.
I'll get life insurance for you, buddy.
All right, that was the last ad read, which means it's about to get crazy. And by crazy, probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, we're gonna do a shorter episode this week, guys. Sorry.
Sam is sick.
Yeah.
He's got the vid.
I have to record a video. Oh, do I do it? Do I do it tonight and just get it done?
Well, you said that you might feel worse tomorrow, so you should probably film it tonight just in case. And so tomorrow you can just chill.
Yeah, so I can just edit like this from the crypt.
All right, so you're filming all your videos in there now?
Yeah, I think so.
Who is that?
That's the new studio.
Okay. That was quick.
Yeah, here, let me actually go ultra wide so you guys can see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start filming in here. The soundproofing is way better.
I'm gonna miss the sunset.
Yeah, well,
it was gonna be so pretty in the winter time, Sam.
I know.
With the snow back there,
it
would have been so pretty.
I know, but the lighting is so inconsistent.
Can you just give us one video when it's snowing there?
I mean, maybe I'll play in the snow or something.
It'll be so pretty. With the snow and the buildings in the back.
This room just, like, it makes more sense to have all my stuff in here. Like, I didn't use this portion of the room, and it's kind of nice to have everything in one room now. Like, I can just swivel over to my Pro Display XDR, not to brag, and then my MacBook Pro that I edit with the speakers still. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I like the new setup. Like, I have way more space in my living room now. I don't know what to put there, and I took down my tree today as well. I don't know. What should I put in my living room?
A person.
Damn, now you got me out here feeling lonely, bro.
It's time to wife up.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what I want. Are you ready to get married?
Yeah, I've been ready.
That's cool. I guess you are a little bit older than me, so that makes sense.
A little bit. How old are you now?
23. I'm going to be 24 this year.
I'm 28. 28. I had to think about it. I never remember how old I am.
We're like a high school years apart, a college, an undergraduate degree years apart.
Just about. But I feel like our brains are the same age.
Yeah.
You're a little bit more mature and I'm a little bit less. So
but I'm younger. How does that work?
We line up perfectly.
They say women like develop faster than men, right? Like mentally.
Yeah, dude, your little brain isn't even done yet.
No, my brain's got like 2 more years.
That's
I gotta
crazy.
stop all these hard drugs I'm doing, dude.
Yeah. That'll stunt your brain growth or whatever the hell it does.
Dude, the only hard drug I'm doing is covering this Apple News.
And covering up your sadness.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the new studio. And then I've been like, do I move? Like, do I move somewhere soon? Like, my lease is up in April. I might renew, though. And I'm just like, we were just talking about like my rent, which is like expensive.
Wait, are you going to move again?
I don't know. That's what
the clock is ticking, Sam. You better decide.
I can't decide. Like, I like where I live. And the thing is, I don't know where else I would live. Like in my city that I'm in now. Because I like where I'm living.
You could just live at a shelter.
I don't want to take those resources away from somebody who actually needs it. Because I'm just like, I don't know. And then I'm like, I need to travel more, but then COVID. And then I like traveling, but I don't like traveling.
Traveling is terrible,
and then,
dog.
Will you go on a trip with me? Can we travel together?
Yeah. I mean, are we going anywhere where there's people? Because that might be bad. I'll travel with you and go to like a secluded area.
Can I just come on your honeymoon with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. Perfect. I'll hop in the suitcase.
Okay. You could probably
I'll be Karina's +1.
Yeah. Put you in a purse.
Yeah, I'll like a little. You ever see those little dachshunds? That, like, their little heads in the purse? That'll be me.
That's basically you, except you're like 7'5".
Can somebody edit me on a dachshund, like in somebody's purse, please?
Oh, good job. Now think about what you just did. Somebody that could have been doing something else better than that is now going to waste their time making you a dachshund.
I will engage with you. What the? Am I good, dude? That was uncomfortable.
The end? We're watching the end of Sam.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude, we are. So the episode is currently 55 minutes long.
Yeah.
which means if we end it within the next 5 minutes, it'll be less than an hour, and it'll probably freak the audience out. If they go to click on it and they see it's less than an hour, they're gonna be like, "What?" Because
we just have to add 5 minutes of blank space.
I mean, last week they got basically a 3-hour episode.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours.
That's crazy. Luke Miani.
Wow.
I just remembered the chaos.
That was so fun.
They don't even realize the shit I had to edit out. And then I gave you the video and you edited more out. The stuff that they missed out on.
No, you didn't miss out on it. I was just like, this doesn't sound like I want it to sound.
I know, but it was still so funny. I wish the internet wasn't so sensitive.
No, it's not about being sensitive. It's about like somebody hears me talking, they're like, this dude is a bad person. Like, because after I like heard it, after I was listening to it back, I was like, that was not my intention. This doesn't sound right.
But it was hilarious. The whole episode was so good. I'm so sad that we had to edit so much out.
Honestly, we didn't even, to be honest, we didn't even have to edit that much.
Bro, there was like 25 minutes edited out.
Really?
Yeah. I edited 10 minutes and then I looked and you took 10 minutes out.
Yeah. We had this whole segment on the H guy that I was just like.
The H guy. It was a fascinating conversation. The H guy from 1940s. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't know. It's like Christmas. It's like,
that's the perfect time.
Along with everything else we've been talking about. Like, I
we're trying to find out if the H guy got away with it and he wasn't actually, and he ran off to some faraway country and was safe and sound and died old.
Glad he's gone.
Yeah.
Not R.I.P. R.I.A. Rest in agony.
My brain went rest in asses.
I'm gonna start saying that to people that I don't like. R.I.A. bro.
Rest in asses.
DNR, do not rest.
Wow.
You know what DNR means in the medical field?
Do not resuscitate.
Whoa, how'd you know that?
Bro, fun fact. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We can skip. Thanks guys for watching. Have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Here, I'll say this with like happy music. I was the power of attorney for my grandma, and she had a DNR, and she had cancer and was really bad. And doctors called me one day. I was going to visit her, and I hadn't gotten there yet. The doctors called me and said, "Hey, her heart stopped. Do you want us to resuscitate?" And on the phone, I said, "No." Thanks for listening to my story.
I
didn't want to say no. I didn't want to say no, but I had promised her because she signed a DNR that I would honor that. And so, on the phone, I had to say, do not.
At least it was technically like her choice.
Yeah, I mean, it was her choice.
Yeah, not even technically. It was
her choice to traumatize me for life.
Yeah. Thanks, Grandma.
I had to say that on the phone.
Oh, dude. How old are you going to live till? What's your estimate? How long do you give yourself?
I give myself a good, solid 5 more years.
Yeah, you'll be like 33.
And I see some mistake happening where Sam and I go to CES together, and then I catch the vid. But like the vid has been gone for like a year maybe by that point. And then I catch it again and it gets me.
Dude, please. I was just thinking, I was daydreaming about it. I'm like, I can't wait for a time. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
You could see it popped in my fucking Betty White died.
Yeah. R.I.P.
And that's
an R.I.P.
Dude, you know what hurts more than anything than her dying? Is that her thing will always say 1922 to 2021. Dude, one day away from 1922 to 2022, and it would have been so gratifying to see that number. Just a few more hours, Betty White. Why?
That is really sad.
Now her number will always be that.
Was she sick? Like, I didn't hear anything about her.
No, so her agent said she wasn't battling anything. She didn't have any underlying illness. And that's why it's funny. They're like, people, how'd she die? Bro, she was almost 100. You're not supposed to be that old. So
that is the thing. Sometimes people just die like sitting in their chairs.
And that's what's natural causes. That's what they consider natural causes. Your body's just so old and your lungs are like, nah, bro, not today.
Dude, what if I was like in a video game with my teammates and I died? Like, what if I'm like 99 and I'm like about to get the quick scope of my life and then and then we lose the game?
Then they will always remember it that way.
They'll always remember the eye update that couldn't shoot a shot.
The eye update that couldn't.
Dang.
Did
This
you
is
like Betty
depressing
White?
again. Yeah, of course I liked Betty White.
She was like, bro, the Golden Girls. I grew up with that. That made me sound very old. My grandma watched the Golden Girls, and I was around it a lot. It wasn't like airing when I was alive, but
I was gonna say like what? No, I mean she seemed like a good person too.
and that's what's cute is that People magazine is still going to celebrate her 100th birthday. They were like going to put on a celebration on TV, I guess. They put her on the cover, and everyone got their People magazine with her on the cover, like celebrating her 100th. That was her last. Okay. That was her last tweet too, dude. That she was like celebrating her 100th birthday in a few days, and then she fucking died.
Know who else is gonna die?
Sam Kohl.
My kids, because I didn't buy life insurance.
You should have though.
No. Oh, sorry about that. That was a loud sneeze.
Without life insurance, your kids get desperate. They'll turn to the streets, Sam. They'll get hooked on drugs, not hooked on phonics.
Phonics?
What?
What is?
Are you really that young? You don't remember Hooked on Phonics?
Never heard that.
It's like what? You like Leapfrog and stuff.
I mean, I've heard of like, I know.
Hooked on Phonics is like where the books that teach you how to read.
I mean, I know what phonics is. I just haven't heard that since grade school. Like I never hear someone say the word
but you have heard
phonics.
it. Okay, that's all
I know what the word phonics is. It's like how you pronounce things.
Yes. Hooked on Phonics was a thing that they said for the,
For the streets?
Yeah. For reading books on the streets. Speaking of, oh my God, hang on. Sam, you have to stay right there. The last thing for the episode, then we'll go. Sam, will you keep them busy?
Yeah,
Speaking of Hooked on Phonics. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. So how was everybody's New Year's? Hope you didn't get too crunk. I didn't get too crunk. Like I had a good time, but I was responsible, which was enjoyable. I spent some time with some friends, two of which gave me a cold. I'll never forget. But now I'm here with John, and it was a good time to just kind of catch up and talk. And I'm glad we did this tonight.
Guess
it's always
who's
fun
back,
to do a Genius
Sam?
Bar. You're Shady?
Shady's back. Karina just got this in the mail today.
What is this?
This is a book that I wrote in 2010. It's called The Basics to Internet Success by John Prosser. Start your website, webpage, blog, and maintain and promote it without buying a single piece of equipment or software. That's what this book is. You can buy it on Amazon still. We didn't know that. It's $25, and I did not know you could still buy it. I do not get the money for it if you buy it. I don't know who does.
Money from your book.
So at the time when I wrote this, I wasn't 18 yet. And so the publisher gave the money to my grandma, but she's dead now. And so I don't know where the money goes now. I didn't even know they were still selling it. But if you go on Amazon and type in The Basics to Internet Success with an X, BASIX, you can find the book on Amazon.
What?
Yeah. I wrote it in 10th grade.
Dude. Did you write another book called The Intersection?
No, that's not me. Look, bro. This is me.
God. Wait, I want to buy it, but I want the money to go to you.
No, I don't get the money. This is me from 10th grade.
Ooh, people say that the ending wasn't super great.
There is no ending. Oh yeah, I saw the reviews on there.
You only got a 3-star. We're gonna have to boost. All right, I'm gonna add this to my cart right now. We gotta boost it. It's in stock, dude. What?
I have no idea, man. I don't know how it's still around. I don't know how you can still buy it. It's about 70 pages of absolute nonsense. None of this stuff is relevant anymore. This is like an FTP client from 2010. So in case you want to go back in time and use that, that's how you do that. Okay.
This is amazing.
Other free FTP clients.
Dude, you should re-release it through Genius.
Oh, really?
But like update it.
So the funny thing is I have the draft copy of this book, like that was submitted to the publisher. So I could print it somewhere else. I could.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I didn't know you made a book. You never told me that.
Yeah, I wrote a book in 10th grade. It's funny. I wrote it, and my English teachers, 3 of my English teachers in school did the editing, so I didn't have to pay for editing.
Dude, somebody called you a child prodigy in the reviews. I think they were right.
Oh, good.
Dude, I didn't know you were a published author.
Look at this. Fucking the basics to internet success, and I was not even close to internet success at the time. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Wait, did you get any money when, like, do you know how many copies it sold?
I have no idea. No. I remember...
you have to be, like, legally entitled to that somehow.
I remember I paid for one of my grandma's chemo treatments with it back in the day. So probably a couple $1,000 maybe it made. Damn, but look, I have an IMEI number or ISBN number. That's what I meant. So like it's into international books. You could look this up at your library.
Dude, I love the Base X.
Oh, dude, my website at the time was Geek Basics with an X. So that's where the Front Page Tech was almost called like Tech News Basics or something. Very close. Yeah, very close one.
Much better name.
Yeah.
Much better name.
Wow,
that's cool.
Look, bro,
That's
there's
really
a whole
sweet.
section on WordPress.
You're using WordPress now for your website?
Yeah, look at that.
I
You're
am
using
too.
WordPress too.
That's
There's
so
how to get a
cool.
free domain name. That's cute.
How do you get a free domain name?
Yeah, this whole website is the whole book is about making a website and stuff and not having to pay for anything.
Dude, that's kind of pog. I want to buy this book.
What a
way to end the episode.
Yeah.
What a way to start 2022. We have a published author.
Yeah, this got delivered today. It was I haven't seen this book since I was, around that time, around when I wrote it. It's crazy.
How old were you when you wrote this? You would have been 18?
Less than 18. I was
How do you write
I was
a
in
book at
10th grade, so I was
17?
like 16 years old. And I wrote this book.
Oh my God.
I got picked
That's
on
amazing.
in school. I got picked on in school because I had a website and I was writing a book. Everyone else was like getting laid and throwing parties after school. And I'm doing this shit.
And look at you now.
Yeah, suck a fuck.
Woo!
Okay. Anyway,
we
were
have
talking.
as many Twitter followers as YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, that's
Not
what
you,
I
but
thought.
John Prosser do.
That's so when we're talking about Hooked on Phonics there, I wrote a book, like unironically wrote a book.
Dang.
And it got
Does that mean
delivered
I have
today.
to write a book now? What would
Yeah,
my
I
book
think
be
so.
About? What would my book be about? Maybe just my life.
You could
My
write
life's not that interesting.
the basics to internet success, actually, since you've actually achieved internet success.
The basics to internet. But I don't know what I would put in there. Is that what we do, John? Is it time to create a video course to teach people how to do what we do?
a video course or a book? Look, this book has pictures and it's in color. My guy, I got a
That
book.
is no, it's amazing.
It's in
I
color.
love that. Geek Basics, there's your website.
Yeah, it's Geek Basics Live. I think that's what that was. I used to have a live stream.
Wow.
Oh. And now we know the truth, Sam. Now we know the live streams are bad for us and we could never do them because we would get canceled.
I'm not a big streamer. It's hard. I don't know how people do it. For
You
more
look like
than
a
an
Twitch
hour.
streamer right now with all your stuff in the back.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, catch me live on twitch.tv/Sam Kohl. I think that is actually my URL. Anyway,
I think if we streamed the podcast there, we could get in less trouble because there'd be less viewers.
we'd have to stream it to YouTube.
I say we tried.
All right, we love you guys.
All right, we love you guys. Don't buy my
We'll
book.
see you soon. Please buy his book, and maybe he'll
You
get
know,
money.
the sad
maybe
thing
a
is-
check just shows up.
I wouldn't know if anyone bought this. I would have no notifications unless people like tweeted it. But please don't buy. Don't. Mm-mm.
Can you like revoke the publishing and then publish it? In
That's
a
the
new
thing. I have no idea how to even get it off of Amazon.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I wasn't old enough to have any like rights to anything. My grandma had all the rights to stuff, and she gone. She dead. She kicked the bucket. So now she kicked the bucket. She didn't use Policy Genius, so I got fucked.
Who has all of like her stuff?
There was no estate afterwards.
So wait, where did it go?
Who knows, bro? Who knows? It's gone. The law got it. The state.
Does that just mean like the governor of whatever state she's in is like raking in the money from your book?
Like, dude, he's probably so confused. Like once every 3 years, like $25 comes in. He's like, what the hell? What is this?
Wow. All right.
All right.
Thanks, guys. We love you. Thanks for watching. This is the basics of internet success with John Prosser and Sam Kohl.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you next week and get life insurance.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.